You got a tax cut. Most people making around $65,000 a year did. The government said so. The math checks out. So why does your bank account feel exactly the same? You'd think a tax cut means more money in your pocket. It does. You'd also think you'd feel it. That's where things get strange. Because the cut happened. The savings are real. And somehow, none of it stuck. There's a reason for that. It's not complicated, but it's the kind of thing nobody puts in the headline when they announce the tax reform. Once you see how this works, the number makes a lot more sense. In 2017, Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It lowered rates. It nearly doubled the standard deduction. For a household making around $65,000 a year, that translated to roughly $930 less in federal taxes. Spread that out over 12 months. That's about $77 a month back in your pocket. $77. That's real money. Now here's the other number. From 2017 to 2025, the Consumer Price Index rose about 27%. That means the same goods and services that cost you $1,000 in 2017 now cost roughly $1,270. On a $65,000 income, that kind of erosion doesn't just sting, it compounds. Year after year, the price of being a normal person goes up quietly, without a headline. Walk through a regular month, your grocery bill is higher. A 2017 cart that cost $400 now runs closer to $500. Your utility bill, electricity, natural gas, runs about 20 to 25% more than it did 8 years ago. If you have a car loan, you're probably paying a higher rate than you would have then. Rent has gone up in almost every major metro. If you have kids in childcare, that number has climbed faster than almost anything else on your budget. None of these increases came with a press conference, they just showed up. Here's where this lands in your actual bank account. Your tax cut put $77 a month back in your hands. Good. But inflation has been pulling spending power out the other side. For a household at the median income, the purchasing power lost to cumulative inflation since 2017 works out to roughly $120 a month in today's dollars. So you got $77 back. Inflation cost you $120. You're down about $45 a month, every month, compared to where you were before the tax reform that was supposed to help you. That's not a rounding error. That's $540 a year quietly gone. And your paycheck? It's probably bigger in dollar terms, but after inflation, real wages for the average American worker grew only about 12% over the last 2 decades. The prices you pay have grown far faster. So even if your salary went up, the gap between what you earn and what things cost has barely moved in your favor. That's the part that doesn't show up in the tax reform press release. Your wages didn't go backward. But the cost of a normal life, groceries, gas, rent, utilities, moved fast enough that your raise and your tax cut together still left you roughly where you started. Sometimes that's what financial pressure feels like. Not a crisis, just not getting ahead. The tax cut was real. The math just wasn't in your favor. A small cut on one side, a bigger climb on the other. That gap is what you've been living in. If that resonated, subscribe. Every week we break down exactly where your money is going and why the official story doesn't always match your bank statement.